Good evening. On behalf of the Palmyra Area School District, I would like to welcome you to our 95th commencement exercises. On this special night, all of us, but especially the families, friends, and teachers of the students who are about to graduate, are justifiably proud. These students have reached an important milestone in their journey of life, and this evening's ceremonies celebrate that important event. Also important to note is the fact that these students could not have reached this milestone without the love and support of those around them. Many thanks to all of you who have taken part in their education, because education really is a team effort. To the graduates, I extend hearty congratulations as you finish one leg of life's journey and turn the corner to begin the next. Be true to what you have learned from those who have loved and supported you along the way. Best wishes for all that lies ahead. Enjoy the evening.
At this time, I would like to introduce our student speakers. They are Dustin Hall, Sean Kirkpatrick, and Adrian Newcomer.
Fellow members of the class of 1997, I greet you here on this, our graduation day. In reaching this day, our educational journey, focusing on the achievements, the disappointments, and the success of the last 13 years cannot be forgotten. We are endowed with one of the greatest gifts this world gives, our memories. What are memories? They're fragments of our past, which we call on time and again. I can't remember my first pair of shoes or the first book I read, but I do remember that first teacher that said, "I'm proud of you." Mrs. Bolts was my first grade teacher, and I'm sure like you, when your favorite teacher said those words, it made you feel like you were on top of the world. Although we have grown to new heights, it was something as little as that compliment, which has had such a profound impact on a life. How about that first day of school? Do you remember that? What about your first ride on the school bus? Or your first school lunch? School has been the setting for many things, but especially it has been the setting for making friends. Maybe your favorite memory was that of a best friend that you met at school. Or maybe a friend that has since moved away, but remembers you the same way that you remember them. Do you remember when you and your best friend stayed up all night, annoying your senior counselors while you were staying at Camp Soterra? School has been the cornerstone for many great memories, with one of our most recent memories being that of the last day of classes. Alexander Graham Bell once stated that when one door closes, another opens. But we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which is open for us. However, we have our past, and it is already written. But those who we have touched in the past will continue to walk down those same halls, reading the same books, and all the while talking about those that went before them. Through all these first and lasts, we keep one thing in mind: memories. Not all fond, but many carried a lesson. PHS has been like a family, made up of many friends, and our school was the center. It was your inner circle. It was your underclassmen friends who you took under your arm and made them your little brother or sister. This is the family you will be leaving behind. A family that will live on, recalling what you have done, and they will pass it on to others, for that will be your legacy. The many fine teachers, our parents, our friends and acquaintances have helped to shape our character, identify and embellish our talents, and contributed substantially to the little successes along the way. Robert Goddard mentioned at one time that it is difficult to say what is impossible, for the dream of yesterday is the hope of today, and the reality of tomorrow. There was once a poem written about looking back to what brought us to this momentous occasion, written by C. Hope, and it went as follows: "I hope my achievements in life shall be these, that I will have fought for what was right and fair, that I will have risked for that which mattered, that I will have given help to those who were in need, that I will have left the earth a better place for what I have done and who I have been." So there is one definite thing that we will leave. There will be one definite thing that we will leave behind, and that is our memories. That we were a candle, that we were allowed to burn bright, but we cannot think of it as just a candle, for it is a torch that was given to us, and we were permitted to hold it for the moment and to make it burn brighter than possible before we give it on to future generations. That will be our key to the past, and that is our legacy.
Who says we don't learn from the past anymore? Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow may never be. But every moment of today is filled with opportunity. Remember the past, plan for the future, but live in the present. I was once told that the present is just the future, pausing for a short while before becoming the past. The present is usually held in this insignificant light. I mean, people study the past with great enthusiasm, and everyone is trying to predict the future nowadays, but no one seems to care about the present, the here and now. Yet humanity is trapped in the present, are we not? We live our entire lives in the present. Every action done, every thought contemplated, every emotion felt has been in the present. We live our entire lives in the present. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. This quote in particular has been used by our class over the last 4 years. Perhaps if we stop to examine what is happening around us, we won't rush so haphazardly into the future. And perhaps if we live a little more before rushing so haphazardly into the future, life wouldn't seem so short. So, let's stop right now. Take a good hard look at what's happening now, in the present. What do you see? I'll tell you what I see. I see 230 road bodies about to graduate. Graduation, which some will tell you is the most important ceremony in your life. In fact, graduation is surrounded by celebration and ritual. You have your parties and you get money and gifts and attend inflated ceremonies. So why does society hold graduation with such high esteem? As a society of slipping morals and failing traditions, we don't have many rites of passages anymore. You no longer have to kill a wild beast or walk across hot coals in order to become an adult. But even though we've gotten rid of the more tangible tasks, graduation still lives on as a conduit into adulthood. Now sure, once you turn 18, you're legally an adult. You can vote, you can be tried as an adult, you can be drafted. But society needs something more. Otherwise, why would you need to have your parents sign a permission slip after you turn 18? If you're an adult. Now, society uses graduation as a marker, as a flagstone. Only after graduation does society deem you fit for the real world. Only then can you participate in adult activities such as going to college, getting married, enlisting in the army, having kids. Graduation marks the end of 13 years of training and the beginning of adulthood. So when I look at the present, I don't see fellow students. I see fellow adults. We have walked across the fiery stones. We have killed our beast. And even scarier, we have survived 4 years of PHS, and we have the scars to prove it. We have, in the true tradition of the word, earned our adulthood. Never forget that. I salute you, graduating class of 1997. Good luck. Godspeed.
Good evening, Dr. Blackburn, Mr. Detz, school directors, faculty, family, friends, and last but not least, the class of 1997. Well, here we are. This is it. 13 years and about 15,000 hours of school behind us, and now we're graduating. It seems like this will be one of the most exciting times in our lives, and for some of us, we can't wait to leave our high school days behind. But for some, we wish we could stay kids forever. Most of us are sitting here, though, adrenaline pumping and toes tapping in anxious anticipation to come up on this stage and get that one piece of paper that sets us free from those dreaded exams, boring study halls, crowded lunches, and memories of friendships that quite possibly may fade away after today. And after we get our diplomas, all we have left to look forward to is tomorrow. It's funny to think about how often we worry about tomorrow. This is funny because usually our worries are so senseless and petty that we forget why we're even worried in the first place. Some of us are sitting here not having a clue what lies ahead for us. Maybe college, maybe work, maybe no idea. Very few of us have a clear vision of exactly what we want to do with the rest of our lives. But here we are, taking that first big step. Every single one of us in these caps and gowns today has potential. Maybe someone has told you otherwise throughout your life, but they were wrong. We all have the ability to succeed. All we need is the desire. There is a story of a young boy who couldn't even speak until he was 3 years old, whose professors dismissed him as unintelligent and wouldn't even write him a recommendation for college. This boy went on to become the most well-known scientist of the 20th century, Albert Einstein. And then there's the kid who couldn't even make the cut for his high school basketball team, but practiced and worked his butt off because playing basketball was what he really wanted to do. Today, Michael Jordan is arguably the best basketball player in the NBA. Both of these people were told you can't, and they both proved everyone else wrong by saying, I can and I will, and thus achieve their goals. Sometimes there may seem to be a lot of pressure on us, the future of the world, to succeed. And in fact, there is. With divorce rates at 68% and skyrocketing, the number of people dying of AIDS increasing every day, and children being shot by other children, it's safe to say the world isn't the same as it was 50 years ago, even 10 years ago. The one thing that most of us do as adults of tomorrow, though, is figure someone else will deal with it. We put it off. We put the burden of responsibility on anyone but ourselves. We procrastinate. Procrastination is a fatal disease of high school students. What's more frightening is that it's contagious. You know, you'd ask someone if they had started the upcoming project yet, and when they'd said no, you'd breathe a sigh of relief that it's okay for you to put it off another day. Putting something off until tomorrow is a problem because we never know if tomorrow will ever come. As I stand here and speak to you about tomorrow and the future and what lies ahead for us, we don't even know that the sun will rise tomorrow morning. It's great to set goals for the future in order to succeed, but what we can accomplish today should be accomplished today in order to accomplish even more tomorrow. Life is too short to sit and wait for someone else to do it or to wait to do it until tomorrow. One of my favorite quotes is by author Toni Morrison. She says, "If there's a book that you really want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, then you must write it." Again, I'll say that every one of the 224 of us graduating today has the potential to be successful. And we should all adopt the mindset that every one of us will accomplish great things. Tomorrow is just around the corner, and we can make it better than today and even yesterday. I'll leave you with this saying by George Bernard Shaw. Some people look at the world and say, why? Others look at the world and say, why not? Remember this saying as you leave today with confident expectations of what lies ahead of us. Congratulations to everyone, and best of luck to you in the future.
Pleased to present to you the members of the class of 1997 for meeting the eligibility requirements for graduation.
Thank you, Mr. Detz. On behalf of the Palmyra Area School District and the Board of School Directors, it is indeed my privilege to accept the class of 1997 for graduation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin with the distinguished honor and honor graduates. Please hold your applause until we have recognized all of the students. Graduating with highest honors, Jessica Lee Baker, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by ASK Foods Incorporated. Graduating with highest honors, Amy Sue Blauk. She will be receiving a Renaissance Watch, sponsored by Lebanon Valley Medicine. Graduating with highest honors, Adam Paul Buckfeller. He will be receiving a Renaissance Watch, sponsored by the Brownstone Real Estate Company. Graduating with highest honors, Amy Nicole Columbus. Renaissance Watch is sponsored by the PHS class of 1946. Graduating with highest honors, Nicholas Joseph Davis. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Farrell and Small Attorneys. Graduating with highest honors, Nicole Louise Engel. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Farmers Trust Bank. Graduating with highest honors, Christine Marie Engelhart. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Cellular One. Graduating with highest honors, Stephen Henry Giesemann Jr. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Fava Eye Care Associates. Graduating with highest honors, Brandon Lee Haggard. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Haldeman Brothers Masonry. Graduating with highest honors, Scott Reed Holsapple. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Harrisburg Orthopedic Associates. Graduating with highest honors and in absentia, Christopher Allen Jones. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Gene and Bud Stauffer. Graduating with highest honors, Christopher Stephen Keller. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Surf Pools Incorporated. Graduating with highest honors, Amanda Olivia Latz. Renaissance Watch sponsored by John M. Drop, DMD. Graduating with highest honors, Susan Elaine Martin. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Schaefer & Sons Realty Group Incorporated. Graduating with highest honors, Kelly Diane McKinley. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Suburban Cable TV. Graduating with highest honors, Rebecca Lynn Miller. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Carmoose, Pennsylvania. Graduating with highest honors, Adrian Marie Newcomer. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Seltzer's Bologna Company. Graduating with highest honors, Brendan Bernard O'Hearn. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Water H. Weber and Sons Incorporated. Graduating with highest honors, Stacy Lynn Peters. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Terra Hill Concrete Products. Graduating with highest honors, Teresa Brigala. Renaissance Watch sponsored by the PHS class of 1943. Graduating with highest honors, Andrea Lauren Smith. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Timothy Price, DDS. Graduating with highest honors, Tricia Charlene Sotek. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Lauk Brothers. Graduating with highest honors, Ashley Elizabeth Whelan. Renaissance Watch sponsored by the PHS class of 1966. Graduating with highest honors, Michael James Witkowski. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Gepford Eye Associates. Graduating with highest honors, Ian Michael Wood. Renaissance Watch sponsored by Waste Management of Pennsylvania. Graduating with highest honors, Lindsay Ann Zemba, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by York Federal Savings and Loan. Graduating with honors, Megan Alyn Brenneman, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by Anderson and Ingram Orthodontists. Graduating with highest honors, Heather Marie Chorton, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by Buse Funeral Home. Graduating with highest honors, Angie Elizabeth Diffenderfer, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by Saratech Dental Laboratories. Graduating with highest honors, Joanna Lynn Roy, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by Gallagher Printing Company. Graduating with honors, Lisa Marie Hine, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by Edith and John Long. Graduating with honors, Ryan Evan Kelly, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by H.R. Weaver Building Systems Incorporated. Graduating with honors, Janelle Lynn Kendall, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by H. Scott Ale, DDS. Graduating with honors, Sean Andrew Kirkpatrick, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by J.C. Hess Ford Incorporated. Graduating with honors, Laurel Brooke Lafferty, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by USA Waste Management. Graduating with honors, Kristen Renee Margit, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by Maurer Engineering Associates. Graduating with honors, Andrew Charles Martin, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by Oral Surgery Associates. Graduating with honors, Heather Marie Miller, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by Species Food Market. Graduating with honors, Amy Marie Ungamach, Renaissance Watch, sponsored by Dr. David Rossetti and Kathy Eby. Please join in recognizing their honor and achievement. Christina Ann Apt. Erin Elizabeth Ackerman. Teresa Rose Allen. Janine Nicole Arndt. Jamie Lynn Arnold. Sue Ellen Ale. Lance Patrick Barbush. Stephanie Ann Barbush. David Allen Bell. Peter James Bell. Hold on. Tricia Lynn Bender. Lisa Ann Berkheimer. Michael Warren Bixler. Bethany Ann Blount. Vanessa Jane Brady. Jennifer Lee Brander. Tori Nicole Brandt. Wesley Scott Breckenmaker. Ryan Francis Bryce. Dina Corinne Brightbill. Deborah Ann Bross. Kevin Michael Brubaker. Stephanie Lynn Buck. Justin Charles Callahan. David Corey Campbell. Joseph Stanton Castle. Scott Allen Castle. Tricia Lynn Chambers. Louis Paul Chandler. Stephen Robert Chernoff. Christopher Allen Clemens. Drew Jacob Cluley. Caroline April Coleman. Amber Michelle Coover. Graduating in STEMSHA, Matthew Corbin. Tracy Lynn Crossan. Nathan Allen Davies. Lauren Meredith Dean. Amber Danielle Dillon. Matthew David Dunkel. Melissa Sue Ish. Matthew Dunninger Evie. Justin James Elliott. Melissa Aaron Elliott. Marissa Michelle Farr. Brent Allen Farber. Heidi Eileen Finnegal. Sarah Kimberly Fink. Jonathan David Flory. Tasha Sue Flory. Clayton Daniel Fogelman. Roberta Jean Frazier. Matthew Ryan Fritz. Tanya Louise Funk. Donita Lee Garland. Christopher Allen Gieseman. Amber Renee Gordon. Amber Nicole Gravy. Corey David Graff. Justin Chance Gulliver. Julie Christine Hawk. John Charles Haybecker. Heather Christina Haldeman. Dustin Cloyd Hall. Jeremiah Daniel Hardy. Lauren Marie Hartman. Lacey Marie Heinball. Carissa Ann Herr. Heather Nicole Heister. Candace Rachel Heinerman. Robin Lee Height. Jason Scott Hoffer. Sean Philip Hogarth. Jennifer Elaine Holmes. Sherry Rose Hostler. Joel Adam Hostetter. Tiffany Lynn Hostetter. Kevin Michael Hutt. Michael Todd Jones. Janelle Lynn Cayley. Tanya Leanne Kaminsky. Amanda Marie Kane. Jesse James Kiefer. Amy Teresa Kiskis. Brian Cleese. Shayna Lynn Kleinfelder. Shannon Marie Kleinfelder. Zachary Russell Knight. Laura Beth Kreider. Michael Garrett Kreider. Nathan Charles Kresge. Beth Marie Kobaki. Natalie Elizabeth Kyler. Heath Corey Lavox. Jennifer Alicia Larsh. Brent Christopher Lavage. Beth Ann Lehman. Julie Marie Lingle. Jennifer Marie Logan. Jonathan Andrew Logan. Christopher Ryan Long. Ryan Christopher Long, sorry. Scott Richard Longenecker. Timothy Ray Mann. Michael Scott March. Amber Megan Martin. Conrad Allen Martin. Ray Allen Martin. Daniel Paul Mason. Jennifer Lynn McDaniels. Mark Aaron McMullen. Catherine Joanne Miola. Douglas Zachary Miller. Elizabeth Sarah Louise Miller. Joseph Paul Miller. Tracy Lynn Montgomery. Amanda Lee Morrow. Matthew Scott Moyer. Randy Scott Moyer. Christopher Thomas Murray. Carl Adam Mutchler. Christy Arlene Myers. Mark Thomas Neidlinger. Kevin Robert Niziol. Jonathan Howard Nye. Allison Evelyn Pavone. Stephanie Renee Prescott. Angela Marie Price. Trevor Paul Pyle. Robert Ryan Rafferty. Christopher A. Regal. Arn Marius Rystad III. Bridget Danielle Reitenbach. Christine Marie Rhodes. Jamie Lee Rice. Graduating in absentia, John Edward Roach Jr., Melissa Lynn Roberts. Jonathan Mark Roscoe. Bonnie Marie Rothermill. Corinne Nicole Rudy. David Allen Runkle. Jennifer Elaine Ruth. Corey Michael Sarson. Jonathan David Sadizin. Stephen Robert Sadison. Allison Andrea Satar. Catherine Ali Sievers. Tanya Nicole Shirey. Janine Lee Shirk. Rebecca Lynn Shirk. Jacob David Showers. John Thomas Simpson. Kristen James Smith. Katie Lynn Smith. Rebecca Ann Smith. Michael Anthony Smotherman. Brandy Marie Snyder. Justin Dale Snyder. Daniel James Stauffer. Johanna Bernice Stenberg. Jennifer Lynn Strubhar. Shannon Robert Summers. Melissa Ann Swartz. Jennifer Lynn Sawyer. Lisa Mae Tarashi. Katharina Elizabeth Trifle. Derek Joseph Turnbull. Jeremy Eugene Urick. Abigail Ashley Umberger. Julian Ray Umberger. Dusko Vukoslavovich. Ashley Nicole Wagner. Diane Jennifer Watts. Jed Dugan Weber. Jeremy Charles Wells. Seth Michael Welty. Bryn Michelle Wenger. Joshua William Warner. Douglas Jesse Westrick. Jessica Colleen White. Carissa Ann Wolslegel. Paige Michelle Zeiger. Ladies and gentlemen, as class advisor, it is my honor to present to you the graduates of the Palmyra High School class of 1997.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, guys. Today is the last day that many of us will be together as one. We are the class of 1997, and some of us may never get to see each other after we leave the ceremony. In a short while, each one of you will be receiving a balloon from Renaissance. This balloon may be just a small gift or token to you at this time, but it will signify much, much more. When we release these balloons, none of them will go in the same direction. They will be blown by the winds of fortune and chance to the four corners of the earth. And tonight, when we leave this stadium, each of us will look to the horizons and reach for the dreams that have been building inside these past 4 years. We will each begin a journey that will last our entire lives. Some of the paths we take may cross, but others will wander into the wilderness and spread into an entirely new set of paths. Eventually, like these balloons, we will each sit down in our own clearing and make for ourselves a life that will rival even our own dreams. When this time finally arrives, we will look back on our years at PHS and say these were the good old days, and I am proud to say that I am a part of our high school's class of 1997. I have left my mark, and the world will never forget what I have done. And in closing, no one says it better than Dr. Seuss in his book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. So, be your name, Bucksbaum or Bixby or Breyer or Mordecai Ali Van Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places, today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. The balloons that are going to be passed out are biodegradable. Would you please pass out the balloons at this time? Now would you, the class of 1997, please release your balloons.